The child, known as KJ by his family, died Tuesday afternoon. The Jefferson County coroner says he was left in a hot car for hours. At the time, Starks Jr. was in the custody of DHR. DHR says he was being driven by a contracted driver.
Dale Jackson here for Yellowhammer Now. Any story we hear where a young child loses their life because they were left in a hot car by an irresponsible adult is maddening. When it happens at the hands of the state, it is even more maddening. And I have a lot of questions about this particular story. We heard about it where they stopped and to get food for their family with this child in their custody. They also stopped at a tobacco shop while this child was in their custody. I want to know, did she leave the child in the car at those two places? Did she take them inside? Is this something that's allowed under DHR rules? It can't possibly be that they allow them to run errands with other people's children in their car. It just seems completely ridiculous and something that is not allowed. Secondly, I'd like to know that tobacco shop. Was it actually a tobacco shop, or was it a shop that sells other types of intoxicants? That's what I want to know. And was she under any intoxicants at the time? They allowed that child to sit in that car for 5 hours before realizing that the child had perished. What was going on in those 5 hours? These are the questions we need to get to the bottom of. Now, there are lawmakers who are saying that there needs to be some oversight on this, and they're exactly correct.
Chair of the Alabama House Children and Senior Advocacy Committee, Representative Jenny Shaver, released a statement saying, quote, "This horrific tragedy appears to be unintentional negligence on one person, not the Department of Human Resources." State Senator Marika Coleman, who represents the area that Starks Jr. lived in, says we need answers and we may need to examine state law to make sure this never happens again. My prayers are with his family. Her counterpart in the House, Representative Ontario Tillman, tells us, quote, "My initial reaction is one of shock and confusion. How and why did this happen? I'm more concerned about the family of this child dealing with this tragedy."
This investigation has to be as public as it possibly can. And the results will guide legislators to pass laws, but common sense needs to come into play here. These things should not be happening. These children should be going from point A to point B as safely as possible. There shouldn't be extra stops and extra steps. That is unacceptable, and that is what led to the death of this child, and that needs to be punished to the fullest extent of the law.